Check. 1 2 1 2. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're here. We're back. Shaman RTP here with the Pewter and Red podcast. Wanted to make sure I was doing all this, doing it right. Now I'm trying to edit name. There we go. Wanted to see if I could do this. There you go. That works. All right, so all this works. We're here. Welcome back. Let's do that again. Welcome everybody. We are back again. I tell you, we're learning on the fly, baby. We're getting better. We're learning on the fly. So we are back for day 2. Let me take that off. We are here, day 2, training camp, and we got some stuff to talk about. Yeah, we got some stuff to talk about. I don't know why my phone be turning off, but so I'm thinking, how should we start this, man? Because there's some things that we got some videos to watch, some clips of training camp. We got some videos to watch. We got 2 interviews. We got Baker Mayfield doing an interview, and we got Trask doing an interview, press conferences. And then we'll do a little talking. So we'll be talking through all that. But before we get started, do me a favor real quick and go ahead and hit that like button. Do me a favor, hit that like button. Help out the channel. Share the content, man. If you're really feeling the content, which I know if you love the Bucks, I know you're feeling the content, because we really get down and dirty when it comes to the Bucks here, man. We break it down. We talk. I talk to you guys. You guys let me know some things. I let you guys know some things in the comment section. We will be when the live stream gets popping a little bit better. When the live stream gets more active, we will. I'll be putting down a link so you guys could call in and come on the show and give your opinion and talk yourself. That's once we get the live streams going a little bit better. But on that note, again, hit the like button. Don't forget to do that to help out the channel. But on that note, we are now at 51 subscribers. Yes, 51 subscribers. Shout out to Tampa Bay fans. Yes. And once again, once we get to 100 subscribers, I'm going to give away one of these signed. Well, it's hard to see. I have to show you, but I got a lot of rookie. I got Carlton Davis autographed rookie card. Jamel Dean. I got 2 Jamel Dean autograph rookie cards. I got a Devin White with patched and signed Devin White rookie card. I mean, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4 color patch right there. I got a rookie ticket of Levante David. I might have to keep that one though. I might have to keep that Levante David rookie card. I got them all. Sean Murphy. I got Keyshawn Vaughn. Nice. This is a nice rookie card right here. This is a really good, nice rookie card. And Keyshawn Vaughn is number 2 running back. Jordan Whitehead, I have his rookie card signature. They're all signed. All of these are signed. Another 2 more. Jamel Dean signed. William Golston, it's not signed. That William Golston's not signed. Antoine Winfield, signature rookie. I got a Chris Godwin, a rookie colossal signature with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 color patch. This is a good card, 20 out of 25. This is a really good card right here. Chris Godwin rookie card. Another Antoine Winfield and another patch of Devin White, but this one, that patch is not signed. But yeah, I got some cards for you guys. Once we get 100 subscribers, we'll raffle and give one of those away. We'll see how we do that when we get closer to that. So let's go ahead, get some rhythm. I forgot to get the rhythm going, but we're gonna get the rhythm right now. We're gonna get the rhythm going right now. Hold on. Interact. There we go. We got some rhythm going. All right, let's get the ticker going. And let's play. Shout out to everybody watching right now. Let's see. What I need to do is I need to start going live on matter of fact, let's see if I could do that right now. Let's see if I could go live on add one, Twitter, authorize. We might just do that. Oh, that might have been easier than I thought. There it is. So we're now live on Twitter as well. That's what's up. That was a lot easier than I thought. Shout out to StreamYard, right? All right. So speaking of Twitter, let's go ahead and start the stream off the way we started the day off, or at least the way I started my day off, which is scrolling through Twitter, looking at some Twitter feed. And this is we're just going through all the videos I liked, and I didn't pretty much liked them because I'm, and I think I liked it to see if I could hear what he was saying. No, I can't hear what he's saying. Here's another quarterbacks. Looks like they're doing the same thing as yesterday, practicing the play action. Play action is going to be huge, man. And I love it. I love that we're doing so much play action and bootlegging and rolling out. And there's a reason for that. And what the heck is? Let's get a closer look. What is Trask doing? You see, Trask, he goes, I don't know what that's about, but yeah, I don't know what that's about. But we're gonna talk about some stuff, man. What the heck is this? I didn't ask for this. We're gonna talk about some stuff. We're gonna talk about how. So you're saying you're gonna pivot out. Oh, that's why I wanted to see, is he paying attention to anybody more than? I mean, I feel like he's paying attention to somebody more than somebody else, but we're gonna leave that alone. Let's see what else we got here. Some more. See, yeah, he looked at Baker there. Hey, Trask is really like. I love it. I love it. Trask is. I mean, why wouldn't he? Right? Why wouldn't he take this serious? Like he really, like, really, really, really. Is there a way to see some footwork with Baker? Okay. Some nice footwork. Okay. Okay. All right. What else we got here? Okay, a little bit more. It was a little bit faster. All right. What about this? They're really working on, like, I don't know. Maybe we just never paid attention this much, but they're really like, I don't know, man. Dave might be the real quarterback guru. I don't know. I don't know. Matter of fact, um, I was just watching. I was watching another stream of a Dolphins fan, right? Shout out to TD Fins, and he was looking at PFF grades of the quarterbacks from last year and how accurate quarterbacks were. Because, they got the whole, Tua's so accurate, one of the most accurate quarterbacks in the NFL. And he really doesn't buy that. So he was proving to his Dolphin fans that Tua's not the most accurate quarterback. But he ended up going through different quarterbacks and he landed on Geno Smith. And Geno Smith was like green, 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 green. Like Geno Smith might have been one of the most accurate quarterbacks last year. But it's just like, did Dave really like make Geno like that? Like, all right, all right, all right. Let's see. A little low. Now you can tell easily. You can tell Baker throws on the run so much more smoother, so much more natural, so much more smoother than Kyle Trask. You can see it's a little bit awkward for Kyle Trask. Like he's got to get used to that. Um, But this is what I wanted to say about the rollouts, right? When I said earlier, I'm so glad that we just focus so much on play action and so much on rolling out and all that stuff. Um, because listen, we know that Baker has probably the biggest chance of starting, right? He has the most experience. He's played in the playoffs. He's had a couple of seasons down on his belt. So of course he would have the better shot at winning this competition. I wouldn't put it past Trask, but it is what it is. It's only obvious, right? It's the smart bet. Um, but we broke down Baker a couple streams ago, and we've came to the conclusion that when Baker's in the pocket, he's not a good quarterback. He gets nervous. He goes through his reads too fast. He doesn't really do it properly. He just checks the ball down. He's not accurate. But when Baker is outside the pocket, he's a different quarterback. He's a lot more accurate. He's a lot more calmer. He sees the field better. He's just a better quarterback. And I think that's what they did with the Rams that we saw where he was with the Rams. He was just a way better quarterback. And one of the problems, besides the Panthers just being trash, was that the Panthers tried to make him a pocket quarterback, and he's not good. He gets nervous in the pocket. So me knowing that there's probably a good chance that Baker might be the starter for us, and looking at the Seahawks versus the Tampa Bay game last year that we played against each other, I really wasn't impressed with the Seahawks offense. So I was really hoping, like, man, I hope Dave brings in something else that's not really whatever it was that we saw from the Seahawks, or hopefully that Seahawks game doesn't represent what they were really doing all season. And I'm hearing a lot. Todd Bull said it today. Um, he was talking about how it's a lot of the similar of the Rams, right? And we'll talk about other stuff that he said about that. But my whole thing was, I was saying to everybody, I hope no matter what this offense looks like, if Baker's our quarterback, I hope there's a lot of rollouts, a lot of play action. Because if that's the case, then we might actually have a shot with Baker. We could actually have a good year with Baker and actually win this division. If Baker's our starter and we have a lot of rollouts, a lot of play actions, we can actually have a decent Baker. So that makes me happy seeing this. That we focus a lot on rollouts, a lot on play action. So that's good because I know it's going to be heavy in our offense. The other thing that I thought, and we got other clips to show, but the other thing that I was thinking about was there's two ways that Trask, or really there's one way that Trask can win the starting position. There's actually two. So I'll say the first one, which I thought to myself, if there's not a lot of rollouts in this offense, then I think Trask is gonna outshine Baker. Because if there's a lot of under center, Trask is more of a pocket passer than Baker. He is easily going to look a lot calmer, look a lot better than Baker under center. But if there is a lot of rollouts and a lot of play action, which it looks like there is, Trask has to get used to this. This is the key of Trask overtaking Baker in this competition. Is this right here? He has to get better at rolling out. He has to look better at rolling out. He has to get more comfortable at rolling out and throwing on the run, like Baker is. Baker's a lot more comfortable doing it. Because it's one of the it's like a fight night, right? It's like a championship fight. You have to knock out the champion. You're not going to win a championship fight by winning rounds. You got to knock the champion out in order to win the championship, right? To take the title. That's kind of what's going on here. Trask can't be as good as Baker. Baker's going to take the starting spot because you're going to want to go with the experience. What up, Real OG? Real OG in the building. Was good. So he can't be as good as Baker. He's going to have to be better than Baker. And I completely believe that under center, he's already better than Baker. This is where he has to be as good as Baker. If he can be as good as Baker on the run here, doing this stuff, the play roll, play action, and the bootleg, then he has a real shot at winning this competition. And we heard some things today, and we're gonna get to it. Let's see some more clips. We got some more clips, and then we got two. After the clips, we got Greg Allman. He wrote an article. We got to read that because he basically breaks down what happened after these cameras went off because they're not allowed to record. He breaks that down. We'll talk about that a little bit. We'll listen to Baker. We'll listen to Trask. Maybe talk about that a little bit. Bell is in the building. Yeah, you finally found the new channel, man. I've been waiting for y'all. Skull Gang in the building. You know what time it is. So let's see. We got Trask with on the run again. And look at the mechanics. Look at Baker's mechanics. And look at Kyle Trask. Both of them did pretty good throwing there. Baker's kind of throwing it like a shortstop, you know. And looks like Trask has the better location there. Here's Baker. You have to kind of over here. Trask is gonna do it. He has a little bit better location here. I like that location better. So on the last one, I liked Baker's location better. On this one, I liked Trask location better. Here's some more. I mean, they're doing a lot of this. Rolling out of shotgun. That was a good location by Baker. That was a little bit high by Trask. All right, now we got some defensive lineman play here. So that was Logan Hall. So basically, this is supposed to be teaching them how to hit the quarterback.
They might be doing the same thing for all of them.
Falcons in the building. Let's go, Baker. Sean J. Shout out to Sean J. Sean J. Showing some love. He's a Falcon content creator. You guys want to watch some Falcon content creators? Should be working on some content right now, right, Sean J? You should be working on some content. I see Team Money done put out some content on the Falcons, but you should be working on some content. We need some more Falcons content. We need to know our enemy. But this right here is the coaches. They're trying to teach the the defensive linemen how to tackle the quarterback and then roll and land on his back. So it can stop you from tackling the quarterback and then landing on the quarterback and potentially getting roughing the quarterback. So that's what's going on here. They're trying to teach them how to, if once you hit them, try to roll. That way, when you hit the floor, the quarterback lands on you, and you ain't gotta worry about, you put your body weight on the quarterback. But not only that, but check this out. Let's say they do that, right? And they land on the ground. Once they hit the ground, and that if they was to land on them and they hit the ground and that ball squirts out, they're still down by contact, and you might get that roughing. But let's say they do that, flip around, and they hit the ground, and they're hugging onto the quarterback. They hit the ground. That ball pops out. They never touch the ground. That's a loose ball. So that helps us in a lot of ways. So that's some good. I don't know how much it'll help them, but it's a good practice, I guess. It's a good practice for sure. All right, so some more drills. Let's see. What is this? I don't know. Are they trying to strip it or are they? Oh, yeah. Okay, so DBs blitzing, trying to strip the ball. He just took it. There you go. You can see Jamel. Jamel understood. Stop the hand. Stop the hand. Who's that? 27. That's McCollum. I don't know who 28 is. 30, it might be Delaney. All right, so they're working on some drills here. Let's see what we got here. All right, hitting the sled. Between the youngster. Ramirez. I think that's Ramirez. No, that's Ramirez. 33. 58. Man, everybody moved their numbers. That's Shaq now. Oh, hold on. Let me see that. Let me see that Shaq rep. Okay, not bad. Not bad. Oh, man, Yaya was about to come up. Wish we could have saw Yaya. Let's see. It looks like the same. They twisting. There you go. That's Joe. Same thing. This is like the outside linebackers though. All right. Looks like linebackers practicing catching the ball. Ooh, ooh, basically what the rookie did today. Nice. I like this drill. I like this drill, baby. Oh, I can't wait to see that drill in real life. Some more linebacker. Yeah. All right. Looking like the outside linebackers. They're gonna ask Yaya to drop in coverage a few times, so he got to get his hands right. His coverage right. We got some lineman play right here. I don't like this. I don't like this because they have to drop the ball. Oh, okay. Yeah, see, that's dangerous though. What if someone steps on it? I see what they're using it for. That looks a little dangerous. What if someone slips on it? Okay, let's see some more offensive line. Some center. All right, not the funnest things to look at. All right, that's pretty much it. Uh let's get to his report so we could read this, talk a little bit about it, and then we'll get to Baker's press conference, and then we'll get to Trask press conference because there's some things I want to talk about, especially with Trask. The battle of the starting quarterback job is serious business, especially when it involves taking over Tom Brady, but hasn't stopped the Bucs from having fun with their own competition and training. As Baker Mayfield sat down after practice Thursday morning to start taking questions from reporters, head coach Todd Bowles, having just finished his own session, mockingly yelled at a question from a distance as he walked away. "Hey Baker, are you the starter?" "One day at a time right now," Mayfield said with a laugh, politely declining a chance to answer his coach's question as he competes with Kyle Trask for starting honors. Bucs aren't naming the starting quarterback yet, under the premise that the idea of an open competition will bring out the best in both quarterbacks, even if it means splitting reps at a time when everyone is working to learn a new offense under first-time coordinator Dave Canellis. "Competition-wise, we are trying to make the quarterback room as good as possible," said Mayfield on the 28th on this fourth NFL team in 13 months. "I've always said a franchise will go as the quarterback room does, how they gel, how they communicate, and get everybody on the same page, how they lead. So right now, I'm going to approach each day the same, no matter what position I'm in. The two quarterbacks have obvious differences. Mayfield has 5 years as an NFL starter. Trask has 9 career passes from his lone NFL appearance. Trask is 4 inches taller at 6'5". Mayfield is much more outwardly confident, even brash, while Trask has the humility of a backup at every stage of his football career. As cliche as it sounds, you just want to compete with yourself and make sure you're progressing every single day," Trask said. "Everyone's going to make a different mistake, so we all can get better at different things. The key to a good competition is everyone trying to better themselves every single day. Thursday morning practice, just the second of training camp, is just the start of that, with players not in pads or even shells as they ramp up through non-contact workouts. And yet the second hour of practice was loaded with situational tests. Here we go. 11-on-11 red zone and 2-minute drills designed to create a competitive environment, not just for the quarterbacks, but the entire roster. And to that end, Thursday provided a reminder there's much more to the Bucs' success than just their quarterbacks. Trask had a pass in 11 on 11 that was picked off by rookie linebacker Servasier Dennis. A third round pick from Pittsburgh. Listen, this is the what? I was going to say third time, but I'm not sure. I know for sure this is the second time he's picked off Trask. Dennis has picked off Trask twice already. I already know that. Dennis has 3 interceptions. I don't know who his first interception was off of. They didn't say, and I don't think it was Trask because I believe Trask wasn't even there yet. It was just for the rookies and undrafted. So I don't think Trask was there yet. I could be wrong, but I don't think it was there yet. But yeah, Dennis has 3 interceptions, guys. Dennis is, he is making a name for himself. When was the last time we had a rookie come in here defensively and make a name for themselves with 3 interceptions like this early? One in the beginning of what? Voluntary, right? One in the beginning of mandatory, and now one in the beginning of training camp. This is, I don't know. Maybe there has been someone that I can't think of. I don't know. Okay, so it says, maybe I was forcing it. This is Trask talking. Maybe I was forcing it. Maybe I was testing him out a little bit, but he made a great play, Trask said. If you are going to take a chance, it's going to happen now as opposed to on a Sunday. That's probably a chance that you take and you learn from. This is exactly what I wanted to hear, and I love it. Listen. We have to be honest when we're judging these quarterbacks, right? You heard me say earlier that more than likely Mayfield has the right of way because he has the experience. So it's only right that we all feel like Trask has like Baker has the fast lane to be the starter in this competition because he has started before. He has 5 years under his belt. It only makes sense. But you have to, as they say, keep that same energy. So when we give Baker the benefit of the doubt because he has starting experience, you have to give some slack to Trask because he doesn't. When you talk about the fact that he has had no reps when Brady was here. The guy, this is his first real training camp. Jason Light and Todd Bowles have said this time and time again. He needs reps. He just hasn't had any reps. So if you've been following me for a long time, you know that I'm different when it comes to stats, when it comes to interceptions and stuff like that. Listen, I've said it many times, Jameis on third down, he threw the ball way down the field. It got picked off, whatever. It's like a punt. It is what it is. It's a punt, basically, right? Now, if you're in the red zone, you don't want to be taking no chances. You don't want to throw no interceptions. That's stupid. You don't take no chances. You don't mess up your points. But I also have always felt if you're a rookie, listen, your first year, if you're throwing a lot of picks and stuff like that, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? You're throwing a lot of picks. You're trying to figure out the NFL. You're trying to see the speed. There's a lot of different speeds. Everyone knows this. It's been said many times. You got training camp speed. Then you got preseason game speed. Then you got regular season game speed. Then you got playoff speed. So there's different speeds. So I get it. You're a rookie. You're going from one to the next. You're figuring out, can I throw them through this window? Are these guys that good? Are they fast enough to take that? It is what it is. It happens. You would like them to more or less get it all out the way in, training camp and in practice. But let's be real. It's going to happen in regular season because, again, it's a whole nother speed. So whatever you learned in training camp, it's accelerated a little bit more. So you might think now I know I could fit it through these windows. And then now the window's just a little too small because now you're going against regular season speed, right? So I'm not mad at all what Kyle Trask throwing interceptions in practice. That's what practice is for. I'm not even mad at Baker doing it. Now, the problem with that is, again, Baker has seasons under his belt. He shouldn't need to try to test things out as much as Trask needs to try to test things out and see what he can do. He's played in the playoffs. He's had playoff speed. So training camp, again, it's been a while, so you can see any quarterback need to get that speed back because they haven't played football in a while. They're coming back. It's practice. I understand it. But there is a difference, and I just wanted to make that clear. There is a difference. I don't know if Sean Jay's still in here, but, I've said before we have a DM going on for the NFC South, and there's a lot of, laughing at different quarterbacks making interceptions and stuff like that. But, again, this is where you want them to do it. This is where you want them to take the chances. This is where you want them to figure out what they can and can't do. You would not like to see it happen in preseason games. But again, there is a difference between practicing and the games. So they might go into a game and say, well, let me see if I can do it here. And even though, again, you might not want to see it, but you can't be too mad if it happens. Now, once you get into the regular season, again, you don't want to see them take that chance. It's still going to happen because it's a different speed, but I think you guys get where I'm going. So let me read this one more time. I'm glad that Kyle Trask said this because he is telling you, basically, without trying to tell you, yeah, I saw him. I just wanted to test to see if I could get it there. Basically is what he's saying. Maybe I was forcing it. That's what he's saying. Maybe I was forcing it. Maybe I was testing him out a little bit, seeing if he could get there, seeing if I could get it past him, But he made a great play. Trask said, if you're going to take a chance, it's going to happen now as opposed to on Sunday. That's probably a chance that you take and learn from. Exactly. So I'm glad that Trask is doing this and learning from it. And not only am I glad that he's doing it, but he knows what he's doing. It's not like I'm making this excuse for him, right? That'd be a whole different story. Like if he was like, yeah, I threw an interception, I gotta be better. And then I came on here and I was like, well, this is okay because which I probably would have, I'm not gonna lie. But the fact that he is saying it, he's saying why he threw the interception, letting you know that he knows exactly why it was intercepted is great. It's great. He's learning from it. He tested it out. He's using practice. I need a close-up. As practice. Something that a lot of fans don't understand. That's what you use practice for, right? To practice. Did you forget what practice is? You're practicing things, right? Okay. Mayfield 2 was picked off in a red zone drill with a low throw into a tight window across the middle that was intercepted by second-year safety Nolan Turner, another guy that has been praised by Todd Bowles several times. And once again, comes in here and he's making plays. Now, let's hope that both Dennis and Nolan continue to make these plays once the pads come on. Offensively, we've seen that happen where the guy has made plays, the pads came on, and then the guy disappears. So hopefully that's not the case here. We will see as the pads come on in the weekend. But this might be another sign of what we talked about before when we talked about the coaching staff and the culture that we have here and how the coaching staff keeps ranking out players. We lose one safety, we bring in another safety. We bring in these young corners, we develop them. Now look at what they turned into. Now it looks like McCollum might be another corner that we're developing and turning him into a true starter. We don't know yet, but it's starting to look like it, and Nolan looks like another one. So this is just another sign of what we've been saying about the culture that we have here in Tampa, and how these coaches know how to develop the players. And it just seems like even though we can't sign everybody, we always seem to have someone that's next up, and this might be another one. He followed with a touchdown pass, finding receiver Mike Evans in the back left corner of the end zone. In the final 2 minutes, live clock finished. Both quarterbacks got to the goal line but couldn't finish the drive. These are 2-minute drills. The defense emerging with an early victory each time. Each quarterback was given one more shot with a reset, 0.9 on the clock at the goal line, and Trask missed twice in his chance, while Mayfield converted with a low throw across the middle to rookie receiver Tay Barber. And that's the press conference. We'll get into that in a little bit. Bucs general manager Jason Light said he will be hyper-focused, blah, blah, blah. Bowles hasn't shared the timeline. We don't just grade quarterbacks right now. We grade everybody. Bowles, blah, blah, blah. We don't care about this. Talk about when they're going to make the decision and all that stuff. So we're going to get to the press conference, right? We're going to get to the press conference of Baker, but before we get to Baker, I want to talk about Pewter Report. Shout out to Pewter Report. So I've been watching Pewter Report, right? And I watched them yesterday, and something interesting happened yesterday. So they went and they talked about everything like they always do, and then they talked about Baker and how Baker had the play of the day, which was a big throw to Cade Otton. And it was a big play, I think, down the sideline to Cade Otton, but Cade Otton was basically by himself. There was no one around him within 20 yards. That's what they said. There was no one around him within 20 yards. So I'm guessing it was a busted play, right? But yeah, they said that. And then they went on, and they didn't say nothing about Trask. They continue to do the podcast. Someone in the comment section asked them about Trask. And I don't know who the host is, but he started talking about, he's like, oh, I forgot to talk about Trask. Not that we don't want to talk about him, but there's just a lot to talk about, and we forgot. So then they start talking about Trask, and the guy says, to be honest, Trask was a little more accurate than Baker. Nobody threw an interception, but Trask was a little bit more accurate than Baker and has some good plays. But he was more accurate than Baker, and Baker had the big play of the Cade Otton. So I said, oh, okay, interesting. They didn't say nothing about Trask. Someone reminded them to talk about Trask, and now that they talked about Trask, they had to say that Trask was actually more accurate than Baker. All right, getting to the next part. I watched them today. They actually talked about Trask again today. And what we heard from Trask today, which was both quarterbacks threw interceptions. Again, Trask was more accurate than Baker. And it was to the point where they said Baker is starting to be a little bit concerning with Baker of his accuracy. His accuracy is a little bit hit and miss. So when I heard that, I ain't gonna lie, put a smile to my face, because we've known the media wants Baker to be the starter. They don't want it to be Trask. It's great storyline. The name Baker is a bigger name. Right? It could put us more prime time if Baker becomes something for us. Yada, 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 all the other stuff that doesn't concern football, right? They love his attitude. They keep talking about how Baker is he has the leadership that Trask doesn't have supposedly, and that he's more of a leader because he was stretching with the defense and nobody else was stretching with the defense, and Baker was stretching with the defense by himself, and all this stuff that has nothing to do with football. But when they talk about football, what's going on with football, Kyle Trask seems to be ahead. We saw this with Carlton Davis. We hear this with every player that they've asked when there was an OTAs. They asked every player, difference of how's Baker, how's Trask. What do we hear? Baker, he's cool people, locker room guy, everyone loves him, great guy, easy to talk to. Trask looks a lot more confident throwing the ball. Better than he was before. Took a step forward. Everything football. Everything football. And I think the person that really explained it the most and the best was Carlton Davis. They asked him the same question. Baker, Trask, what's the difference? And Carlton said, I've only been here one day. But as far as Baker, he's a cool guy. Everyone seems to be cool with him. Cool with the locker room. Rah-rah type of guy. Trask, he seemed to took a step forward. He looks like he fits more, like he's trying to be a starter. What else did he say? He looks like he's taking everything the defense gives him. Football stuff. They ask him about Baker, he talks about the locker room. They ask him about Trask, he talks about the field, on the field. What's impressing him on the field as he is defending against the two of them. He talks about Baker in the locker room, but he talks about Trask, how Trask is taking everything the defense is giving him, stuff on the field. So I've been noticing that. We talked about earlier, Trask has to flat out beat Baker. He can't be as good as Baker. Baker is easily more comfortable and looks better throwing on the run. Trask has to be as good as Baker doing that, because I already know under center, Trask is going to outperform Baker. I already know it. So now we're hearing Pewter Report, and I heard from another podcast again. Cal Trask, these first 2 days, has outperformed Baker. He's looked a lot more accurate, and it's a little bit more flowing, as you can say. But I found that interesting, that it's starting to, people are starting to say, maybe, okay, like, we can't sneeze at Kyle. So I'm not saying that anybody's leading the pack yet. I'm just saying people are starting to understand this might not be a runaway situation with Baker. It might not be a runaway situation with Baker. And another thing that I wanted to talk about was when we talked about Dave Canellis and a lot of bootlegging and stuff like that. And we talked about Cade Otton, who's, they said yesterday Baker had the biggest play, and today Baker had the biggest play. But Baker, who had the bigger play today, was a play that sounded like, they didn't confirm, but it sounded like it was an inaccurate pass very high. And I think it was Raheem Jarrett or Jarrett Raheem, or I think it was him. I can't say his name. I can't think of his name, but I think that was the wide receiver that did it. But he jumped up and he caught it in the air. It was either that or it was like some diving play. One of those two. But it was a play that the wide receiver made the play of the day. And then yesterday, the play of the day was again Baker, but it was a play that was made by the offensive coordinator because Cade Otton was just completely open, and it was a busted play defensively. And that brings me to another thing that I wanted to talk about, which was, I wasn't sure who said, I don't know if it was Todd Bowles, Baker, or Kyle Trask, but they were talking about how, I think it was Todd Bowles, how the offense put in some wrinkles today in the offense, which I was like, huh? What do you mean they put in wrinkles today? So what we're hearing basically, and what we've been hearing, but we really haven't been paying attention, was that the offense is so simple, but yet everything looks the same, that they can put a wrinkle in it. And that's what happened. That's what happened. That Cade Otton is getting wide open. And these plays are just happening where it's confusing our defense. And Todd Bowles was talking about how it's really good for our defense because it's keeping them on their toes. And then again, Todd Bowles talks about how it's more similar to the Rams which I was like, thank God. He keeps saying Rams, which I'm loving. So our offense is gonna look more like the Rams than Seattle. So I'm so happy about that. But yes, I'm getting more and more excited about our offense. I am getting really excited about our offense. Let's go ahead and listen to Baker. So Baker was like, what did he say? Because Todd Bowles said, hey, you're going to be the starter? And, some people try to make this a big thing of Todd Bowles walking by saying, hey, you're going to be a starter? And at first I was like, God, calm down, guys. And then when I started thinking about it, I kind of thought like the smile that he just put on his face, I'm thinking, because again, when I heard Pewter Report talk about how Kyle Trask was again more accurate than Baker today, and how it was kind of seeming just a little bit, not a lot, but just a little bit concerning of Baker's inaccuracy turning on and off. And this is the second day. I started wondering, is Baker having like maybe Baker was just not feeling himself, and Todd Bowles kind of said that to put a smile on his face, like, hey, buck up. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, but it looked like it worked. So
I love it.
You can answer his question first.
Yeah.
No, just work each day, one day at a time.
one day at a time.
First 2 days under our belt, just getting back to the swing of things. I think offensively, just the recall from what we worked on in the spring has been really, really good, especially from our young guys. Just being able to remember the plays and the terminology. You expect a lot of rust the first few days when you're talking about that, but for the most part, it's been pretty clean. So we're happy about that, but just ready to keep installing the offense as we go and progressing each day.
For these first 3 days of camp are pretty much an extension of OTAs. There's no pads. Not just a quarterback, you're a football player. How much are you looking forward to the pads coming on Sunday?
So
And
the
you can
pads
see
come
some of
on
these
Sunday.
Receivers and tight ends that have looked good running around in shorts. Now when the pads come on, you've seen in other places it gets different.
Yeah, it's football with pads on. It's the real game. So, we're obviously, like you said, this is an extension of the OTAs. We're using this to, revamp, get used to the heat again, and learn the offense to where when we play real boy ball, it's you see the physical attributes of what guys are made of. If guys, obviously it's gonna be hotter with pads on, so being able to continue the mental aspect of it, but also who's going to separate themselves with technique when they're tired and with the pads on, and continue to show us, what type of team this will be.
No pads, pretty light. Do you like these competitive end game situations like they put you in the end?
Absolutely. That's what Coach Bowles does such a good job of. Is, you can script practices, you can do all these things, but is that really doing you any good? Because you get into a game, transitional periods, you can have turnovers, things like that. You can get thrown in different situations that you're not going to be in control of. So you have to be able to react, and that makes people have to start critically thinking on the field, eliminating, and just being able to process information quicker. So I enjoy that a lot, especially, we're day 2 and we're already doing our 2-minute drill and stuff like that. So it's good to see, and especially going up against our defense when they have so many different packages and blitzes and looks that we have to adapt and be ready for.
6'5" receiver and Mike Evans, you threw a touchdown too in that fade. Just talk about having him as a target on those fades.
Yeah.
In the red zone play.
He obviously makes your job extremely easy. He's a big target. Even when he's one-on-one, he's still open. So there were things yesterday that I got to see him going full speed up against the defense. Just little nuances that what makes him extremely special. He's an all-pro for a reason, but he does things that you really can't teach as a receiver. He just has an innate ability of getting open and being really, really friendly at the top of his routes.
You, Baker, by the skeptics that, I don't know, it seems like they feel it's ancient history. The last time you were healthy, you had a very good season. So did your team. But there were skeptics out there. Did they motivate you? Do you listen? Do you read what's going on out there?
No, I've been off social for almost 2 years now, so I'm wired different. I don't need anybody on the outside to tell me what I can and can't do. I know what I'm capable of. I got hurt in Cleveland. That's why my run ended there. And then last year it was, it was what it was in Carolina. But everything happens for a reason. So I'm here now, and I'm ready to go. I mean, this team. You talk about skeptics and what the narrative is around this team. I think it speaks to our veterans and the people that were a part of the run for the Super Bowl and the success they've had recently, more so than me. I'll always have a chip on my shoulder. That's how I approach every day. But it's good to be around a room and a group that has had success, continue to have that mentality as well. So it's a good fit, but we're going to write our own story. You can't carry on anything from the past years. You might internalize and think about it, but nothing translates to the next year.
Because you spent this past year literally sitting in every single seat in that quarterback room, does that change kind of how you approach a quarterback competition?
No, competition-wise, we're trying to make the QB room as good as possible. That I've always said, franchise will go as the QB room does, how they gel, how they get everybody, how they communicate, get everybody on the same page, how they lead. And so right now, like I said, I'm going to approach each day the same, no matter what position I'm in. I'm going to try and get everybody better. I'm still going to be me. I'm still going to work my tail off to obviously start. That's the goal. But to get everybody else better around me, to raise that competition level and that standard as well. And so, but yeah, being in different places and experiences always helps you. If you don't take lessons from that and learn from it, you're doing it wrong. So obviously I've taken lessons from that and understanding how to approach the game from different seats, as you mentioned. But yeah, I'm approaching it like I want to be the starter.
In the 6-week summer break, did you work with any of the Bucs receivers? And if you did, what did that look like?
No, we took that break off from OTAs. Felt like we got a ton of good work from mid-April to mid-June, giving those guys a little break and then getting back here and just ramping it up with camp.
That's interesting because before OTAs was over, he said he was going to go work out with them. So I wonder what happened. See, this is why you have to have fanatic fans like me and you guys that are on here having channels and not just a reporter. Shout out to the reporters, though. They do their job. But we catch stuff like this, right? Because when OTAs was over, he had his press conference and he said that he was going to get Mike and them and that he was going to work out with them. And then he talked about he was going to take the O-line on the cruise with the ship. And what happened? Did Mike and Chris say, yeah, we're good, bro. I'm tired. I'm just going to relax? Did he not even ask and kind of just lied about it and just act like he was going to, but he never did? What happened? That's interesting. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section. How about that? Because that helps out the channel too. When you guys comment in the comment section, whether you watch it live or you don't watch it live, commenting on this channel helps out the channel. So hit the like button and comment. Let me know what you guys think, man. What do you think happened? Because he said he was going to work out with them after OTAs. Let me know what y'all think.
In the spring,
that was
the
interesting.
First full off seasons that I've had in a few years, so got to enjoy that and get a lot of work done. So let everybody get away from it a little bit, just check in. But other than that, yeah, let them have their time.
Your impressions on Dave Canales and his coaching style?
Yeah, Dave's a great guy. Obviously, has had a ton of success. He's coached every position possible. His philosophy and his approach to the game is great. He talks about having grace and humility. About we're going to make mistakes, but how do we pick each other up? How do we move on to the next play? How do we be detail oriented and really get on the same page? And we've done the install as kind of a slower approach, which I love, to make sure that everybody truly grasps what we're trying to get done. And that's a special thing. A lot of coaches will try and just put everything in just so they have all the bases covered, but not him. He's working on everybody getting on the same page, really having a true foundation to where we can progress and do little things after that.
He's making sure that these quarterbacks understand exactly what we're asking them to do. That's awesome. That sounds like someone that took Geno and made him have the season that he had. That sounds like someone that took a quarterback like Geno, who everyone wrote off, and was able to put as a starter in the regular season and say, now go be the man and the quarterback I taught you to be. And Geno just go out there and just execute everything he learned because it seemed like Geno understood it. So that's awesome.
What have you seen from the tight ends in this offense, given how it's run, especially because it's such a young group out there, probably the youngest on the roster?
Yeah, it's obviously a younger group, like you mentioned, but I think for them, it's an offense that truly allows them to have a lot of good matchups. You know, with our players on the outside, you're going to get good matchups on the inside. So for them, they're really learning as it goes. They have to be a big part of our blocking scheme in the run game, but it's also going to open them up in the play action game. So as we're moving on, they're taking really good strides. I'm extremely happy with where they're at, and I know they are too.
They're really good.
Yeah, I think our tight ends are going to have a bigger effect in this game, in this offense, than we think. What do you guys think? You guys think the same? What do you guys think? You guys think that I think the tight ends are going to have a bigger effect than we think. I think they're going to be slipped out a lot more. They're going to have a lot more easy passes. I'm really getting excited about this offense. I really am.
When you got here that you kind of were going to get this offseason that you hadn't had in a couple of years in terms of getting acclimated. I'm just curious, given that, what's your level of being comfortable right now, and what are some of the small things that you still want to, I guess, get more comfortable at?
Yeah, I mean, as a foundational aspect for the whole offense, I mean, I understand where we're at and what we're trying to get done. You know, I'm comfortable in a sense of knowing what we're trying to get done, but never satisfied with what we're doing. So there's always little things that we're trying out right now. Different route combinations where we're seeing the different coverages and being able to adjust on the fly. And that's what this offense is going to allow us to do is have that foundation, but then be able to take what the defense is giving us. And so feel really comfortable with the foundation. And then right now it's just, for me, it's just getting everybody on the same page as we're moving on and doing the little nuances.
So what this sounds like, and again, this is why you come to this channel right here, baby. These are one of those RTP moments. These are one of those RTP moments where during the rest of the regular season, you're going to be like, you were right. What this sounds like is Baker understands, like he said, he understands the bases. He understands, you know, the playbook and what he's supposed to do. But he kept saying, he kept going like this, and then he would come back to, you know, I'm just, you know, not satisfied was the word he used. What it sounds like he was trying to say was that when they say, okay, the play is left, right, X, whatever, blah, blah, blah. He's like, okay, break, I got it. I understand that. Okay. But then when they say X, Y, da, 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 with whatever, then he's like, well, why are we doing that? I understand the play, but what's the wrinkle that we're adding? Like, why do we add the wrinkle? That's the part that it seems like he might be getting a little, like, that he might be hesitating and not, because again, what we've been hearing is Baker holding on to the ball a lot more. He's the one getting sacked a lot more than Kyle Trask. I've heard this through the grapevine of different podcasts of slipping up, talking about, oh, this was a good pass by Baker, but it should have been a sack. In other words, he was holding on to the ball too long. And then you hear Carlton Davis talk about Trask is taking everything the defense is giving him, which sounds like Trask is understanding it's not there. I already see that. That's there. Dump it off. Or I'm going to hit that right there. I hit it. So it seems like Baker understands the plays, but when you add the wrinkles to it, because again, you just heard it from his mouth, changing things on the fly, depending on what the defense does. So it could be something where Dave is on the headset and he's giving the play and then he's calling in the wrinkle. And now you have to understand what that wrinkle is or what you have to look for now on the defense for that wrinkle. It could be to execute that wrinkle that they've called in. It could be either that, or he could be talking about he calls the play and you're under center, and now you have to decide, should I add this wrinkle in there because I see what the defense is doing. So it's either one or the other. I don't know exactly how they work it or how they do it, but it's either Dave calling the wrinkle in, and that's the part where he's like, okay, I'm thinking too much because I don't really understand what I'm supposed to do with this wrinkle, or the wrinkle's already set in and he is supposed to call it on the line when he sees the defense play a certain way, and now I'm supposed to call this check or to call this wrinkle that they want. That might be the part he's confused on. So it's one of those. But that's where Baker's at, and you can see it. You can sense it. You can sense it. There's something that is like, I get it, but there's something that I'm not like comprehending all the way. So it's the beginning. It's only 2 weeks.
You guys able to kind of bring out the best in each other. I mean, your personalities from our vantage point couldn't be more different.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I'm a little more outgoing than Kyle, but Kyle's a great guy. And so to me, competition always brings the best out in anybody. You want to have somebody pushing you to be better. You want to have somebody that's going to challenge you and bring a different aspect to it. And John does that as well. John brings the aspect of knowing that offense that we're installing down to a science almost. And so the combination of all three of us, it's pretty special to see how we're working.
So again, he's saying that John knows this playbook down to the science almost, right? And obviously he's been in this before. But when you put 2 and 2 together, he's not saying that he knows the playbook, right? Better than he knows the playbook. He already said, I understand the playbook. I understand the concepts. But now he talks about John, and you can tell the way he said it, the way his vibe went up, as like saying like, yeah, he knows it. Like, yeah, I wish I was like, he knows it. Obviously, he's putting him on a pedestal the way he said it. So it has to be that part, that John understands that part. Oh, when I see the defense do this, throw in that wrinkle. Or when Dave is calling that wrinkle, I know what I'm supposed to look for on the defense. It's one of those. It has to be.
That's, when I mentioned the quarterback room is extremely important to be able to gel and get going. Between Kyle, John, and I, it's pretty cool how it's working.
You giving a hell of a good throw today to Raheem Jarrett on the 3rd and 7.
Raheem Jarrett
catch. Talk about that play and what you've seen from the undrafted rookie so far.
I mean, Rox, he's making a ton of plays. One-on-one situations, he's got a really good ability to high point the ball. He's got good body control when he's in the air, and so those are guys that when you have those one-on-ones in third down situations like that you're gonna try and find. You're gonna try and find those guys are gonna make contested catches. So I'm truly impressed with how he's been so far throughout the offseason.
We're stacked, man. Wide receivers. We got some.
He's excited about.
We got some ballers, man. We got some. Hold on. First of all, there was 9 people watching. Shout out to everybody watching. Hit that like button. Do me a favor. Hit that like button if you haven't yet. We got 7 people watching. I better have 7 likes. Let's see what we got. We got 6 likes. All right. Almost there. Get that 7. But listen, we got some ballers, bro. We got some ballers. We got some wide receivers. Tompkins out there looking like a stud. We haven't heard much about Trey Palmer since training camp started. But Raheem, we're hearing a lot about him. Keyshawn, they loving Keyshawn. They like Brown. I don't know if he'll make the team, but they like Brown is what I'm hearing, and they like Sean Tucker. We got some people to watch out for, man, in preseason. It's gonna be some fun preseason games to watch, for sure. What up, Bucks? Rays and Colts in the building. I see you.
It's great. I mean, it's obviously a work in progress. That's why he's doing it. That's why he's getting used to it. But that's also why Coach Bowles is putting us in a situation to have call-up periods instead of scripted. So we've been doing that since the spring. So it's learning for both me, hearing how he's going to call the play, the feel of what he's going to do in certain situations, what he really likes. And so it's been great so far. Obviously, it's always a work in progress, but that's why it's training camp, and we've had a ton of work in those just situational periods so far, and it's only continued to get better. Thanks.
Yep. So we got Kyle Trask coming up next. Again, it has to be what we were talking about when we're seeing what Baker's trying to get better at right now is just understanding it, because he kept saying, I understand it, like I know what to do, but there's a reason why he kept coming back to that, because there's some part of it that he's not understanding. He already said the wrinkles and the little add-on stuff is what it is that's confusing him. So that's what he's trying to get better at. But let's see what Kyle Trask, let's see if we can break anything down with Kyle Trask.
Comfortable with this new offense now versus 6 weeks ago. What did you do? First of all, is that a fair assessment? And if so, what did you do over the last 6 weeks?
Obviously, just new offense coming in the spring, so it was all new for us that first go round. But you have that downtime, and you really want to make sure you're correcting the mistakes you made in OTAs, and you're always going to have new mistakes and new things to learn from. But it's football. But at the end of the day, you just don't want to make the same mistake twice. You always want to be learning and progressing forward. And just going through the day one installs all over again. It just makes you feel more comfortable every time you go through it again. So I think just keep studying and just try not to make the same mistake twice, and just keep progressing. And that's really been my mindset.
Your weight loss over the last couple of years, and in that 11-on-11, right? You decided to tuck and run. You got Shaq chasing you. You look pretty damn fast. You feel faster.
So I forgot to mention that part that they talked about. They talked about how Trask took off. Trask took off and outran Shaq past the sideline for a first down. They're talking about Trask. Okay, he got thinner. He looks a little faster. Like, he might actually like have some legs on him now, So that's good to hear.
Been in some time, maybe.
Yeah. In the past, probably in college, somebody trailing me probably catches me there. But if I can get to the sideline before they catch me, that's a plus for me, even if it's 2 yards. So, like, if I'm getting positive yards, and that's good for the offense at the end of the day.
He just took off. Shout out to Trask.
I'm sorry.
How much lighter are you now than you were
A year or two ago? 5 to 10 pounds. My main focus just been to lean out, though. Stay light on my feet. Obviously the NFL season's really long, so durability. Got to luckily learn from one of the best in terms of durability. So I just try to take a few nuggets with me.
How'd that 2-minute offense look like under Dave there?
Shout out to Brady.
It's good. They back in Seattle, they major in tempo offense, so I think that's great for us. We got a lot of good energy in the building, like I've said in the past. But it's good to see us getting on the ball quick and getting the ball snapped. And if we can do that, there's no chance for the defense to be able to switch up calls if we just snap one ball after another.
So, two things here. Give me a close-up. Two things here. One, you hear him already talking about one of the things that's good about this offense, right? The tempo. Talked about the tempo. They majored in tempo over there in Seattle. Talked about how to use the tempo as a weapon. That's great. Again, here's the thing that it might seem little to some of you guys, but again, you have to keep the same energy. When we sit here and we talk about Baker, on one hand, is probably going to win this because he's a 5-year veteran, got 4 years under his belt, and Trask is got 9 throws in his career. He's technically a rookie, right? He's technically a rookie, basically. So when I'm hearing these things about how he's already understanding the offense and he already knows how to use the offense as a weapon because of the tempo and stuff like that, I'm getting impressed. I just am. The second thing I want to talk about, just look how comfortable he seems, how relaxed he seems talking to the media. Everyone makes this big deal about, oh, his, he's not outspoken and the charisma of Baker. But Todd Bowles has said today he's very outspoken when he needs to be. When he's under the huddle, when he's in the huddle, when he's talking to his teammates, he's very outspoken. He speaks up when he needs to speak up. He talks, like, trust me, he talks. And then you hear him here in the conference, and he just seems calm, cool, collected. He seems like he has a plan. He's following the plan, and it's going by the plan. It just seems like, yeah, this is nice. Couldn't wait to be here, and I'm here, and I got a plan, and it's working out, and it's good. It's good. Just keep trucking. Just keep going. Like, he just seems so relaxed and so in control and poised. So, I don't know. Just a fruitful thought, right?
Like, for you, how much were you in the playbook versus kind of taking a break from football?
Ooh, good question.
Yeah, obviously OTAs, it's a lot of practices trained together. So a little bit of, mentally exhausting there down the stretch, but that's football. And that requires a little bit of a break. And it's a good time for us to get a little bit of a break right there after OTAs. But obviously you want to lock it back in. And now that we got training camp started, we just want to build off of that foundation we set in OTAs.
For you to get those.
So he didn't take nobody, and it sounds like he didn't take nobody and throw either. And I believe he said that he didn't say he was going to. He said, yeah, I'll try to, we'll see what happens. Like, he was a little like, I don't know. You could tell when they had asked him that after OTAs, he answered it like, I would like to, but I don't know if Baker's going to take the guys. And you know what I'm saying? Like, he kind of seemed like, I think I'll try, but I don't know how I'm going to be able to plan that out, especially if he already heard that Baker was saying that he was going to take the guys. And you know what I'm saying? So that's how he ended OTA, saying like he was going to try, but it seems like he didn't either. Like, he just took a break. So, okay. So it could have been a thing where they didn't want anything to be awkward or want, I don't know. I don't know what happened there.
You've been here 2 years, the guys that, are going to be playing with you. How does that help you and get grooved in, even though you've been a teammate of theirs for a couple of years?
It's awesome. I mean, obviously I wasn't getting many reps with them the first 2 years. And, I'll be honest, I was a little rusty throwing to them, here in the spring when we first got started, because I had no idea what the timing was with them.
He's talking about Mike and Chris, how he hardly didn't get any reps. So when he started throwing to them this year, he was super rusty and the timing was off because he didn't really get no reps with them. So again, starting from scratch, this guy is basically a rookie, man.
They're really fun to throw to.
They're fun to throw to.
This long for a reason.
I bet they're fun to throw to.
They're really receptive and great, even off the field on the sideline. What they see and relaying, and great communicators. So you can definitely tell why they're true NFL veterans.
Let me say this. I'm sorry. I'm getting excited. I'm sorry. Listen, and I didn't want this to happen. I didn't want this to happen because, again, this is only like the second day, bro. Like, it don't mean nothing. None of this means nothing. But I just thought of something right now, right? All this talk about charisma and Baker's a rah guy and, great locker room guy. And they make such a big deal about it. And that's cool. It don't mean nothing when it comes to football, but it's cool. right? You want your quarterback to be the guy that everyone loves and everyone will run through a wall for, right? And that's awesome. But I just thought about this, and I've heard this somewhere else. I don't know where I heard it from, but they said what it all comes down to when you talk about the locker room, when it all comes down to it, they're gonna go, no matter who they like more, they're gonna go, the locker room, the players are gonna pick the guy that helps them win more. They're gonna go with that guy. Even if they love the other guy, the locker room is always the players are always gonna go with the guy that helps them win more. And with that thought, and hearing what he just said about how they're fun to throw to, and they give great communication on the sideline, and they know how to be pros and this and this and that, it made me think of something else as well, which is kind of on the same line as that. But you have to understand, we're talking about Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, right? Chris Godwin, who I've said many times with Jameis Winston, there was a time where they showed a clip of Chris Godwin and Jameis Winston, and Chris Godwin was doing a route, Jameis missed him. Chris Godwin came back and said, "What do you want me to do there?" And Jameis Winston told him, No. You had the right route. That was on me. You had the right decision. That was on me. And Chris said, it doesn't matter. He told him, it doesn't matter who was right or who was wrong. You tell me where you want me to go. You let me know the decision you want me to make when that happens. When the defense is running like that and I'm running the route, what route do you want me to run? It ain't about that I chose the right route and you were wrong. It ain't about I'm right, you're wrong. What do you want? What route do you want me to run? That's what Chris Godwin told Jameis. You're talking about these two wide receivers, all-pro wide receivers, who just finished 3 seasons with the GOAT in Tom Brady. A quarterback that is the professional of the professional. A quarterback that's not buddy-buddy. He's not, hey, we're buddies. Hey, no. I mean, in the locker room, yeah. But when we're on the field, hey, you can turn right there. What are you doing? Turn. He's going to get on you. A quarterback that maybe after practice is over and we're in the locker room, we're friends, but during practice and we're on the sideline, it's not time to play. It's not time to goof around. It's not time to have moxie. It's time to lock in. What are you thinking? What are you doing? What do you like? What do you want? How do you see it? What do you see? How can I be better? It's time to lock in. It's not time to play. It's not time to go over there and stretch with the defense. Nah, I'm right here with the offense, focused, working on what I got to work on, ready to do what I got to do first. There's no time for me to go over there and chill with the defense. I got to stay here with the offense and figure myself out and do what I got to do. And I'm not saying none of this to saying Baker's doing anything wrong, because he's not. Baker's being who he is. That's fine. I'm saying this stuff because there's a whole lot more to quarterbacking than just being the cool kid. And that's something we all got to understand here. There is a lot more to quarterbacking than just being the face that everybody loves to see come in the locker room. A lot more responsibilities. A lot more things that need to be done. So, I'm just saying, if you're Mike Evans and you're Chris Godwin, you could be laughing at somebody's jokes, and then turn around and be like, man, what? Yeah, I'll run it like that. Okay, cool. And then turn around and okay. No, but on that route, I'm gonna cut right here. I'm gonna cut it short. Okay, okay. So when it's game time and it's time to go to the regular season, who do you think they want to go to war with? The guy I've been laughing with, or the guy that we've been preparing and keep talking and communicating and keep making sure that we're on the same page when we're on the field? And that, again, I'm not saying that they're not communicating with Baker, But there's a lot of ways, like they said, there's a lot of ways to lead. There's a lot of different things for quarterbacking. So everybody's doing their own thing. And again, it seems like Kyle Trask has his way, and it's not looking too bad right now. 2 days already where he looked a little bit, just a little bit better than Baker. And again, that's just a little bit better than Baker, a little bit more accurate than Baker. But who's had the 4 years of reps as a starter, regular season, and who just finally started getting reps this year? You see what I'm saying? Even though it's just a little bit of he's just looking a little bit better. But he's looking a little bit better with barely finally getting some real reps in his NFL career. And he's already looking a little better already. Again, starting tomorrow, starting when the Pats come on Sunday, Baker could take off. And that's it. Leave Kyle in the dust. I'm just saying, as of right now, people are starting to, okay, maybe this is not a runaway train like we thought when it comes to the quarterback competition.
Gotten down the seam, what you've seen from Cade, and obviously we've seen him dive down and grab some, go up with the size and grab some, just him as a receiver development.
Yeah, I mean, I think when you think of Cade, you just think of consistency. He's going to be the same player every single day. He comes from a great football background. He's a bred football player, if you will, from coming from Washington. But he's always on top of his stuff, always in the right spots, and always ready to make a play. You saw he made a great catch there.
True opportunity to compete is something you haven't had the last 2 years here. What has that done for you, and being able to compete with a guy like Baker who has a playoff win under his belt? Just what have you guys been able to kind of get out of each other with this competition?
I think the quarterback room as a whole has been doing a great job of just spitting ideas off of each other, and as cliche as it sounds, we're not really competing against each other. Obviously on the outside, there's its own perspective, but as cliche as it sounds, you just want to compete with yourself and make sure you're progressing every single day. Everyone's going to make different mistakes, so we all can get better in different things. So I think the key to a good competition is just everyone just trying to better themselves every single day, and that's been my main focus.
So speaking of mistakes, not to dwell on it, but Servacio Dennis had a nice play on you, and you've done that a couple times here as a rookie. What have you seen in practice, not just today,
the interception,
play, but from this rookie middle linebacker?
Yeah, he has great lateral movement, and obviously he's here for a reason. And you saw what he did in college, I'm sure. He's been making plays all day in OTAs, and always been in the right spots in training camp. And maybe I was forcing, maybe I was testing him out a little bit, but he made a great play. And
the smirk,
that's good to see.
That smirk was like, yeah, he got me again.
Do you feel there's one area where you've most improved your game?
Yeah, I would just say just staying calmer in the pocket. I think in the past I was a little, agitated, or maybe trying to force my feet around. I wasn't as smooth as I am now. Just trying to be clean and smooth in the pocket, and play taller. I think in the past maybe I was a little squatty. I wasn't playing like I was 6'5". I need to take advantage of it. So playing a little taller, smoother, smooth as fast. So I would say that's been my main focus too.
I want to see that. That interests me. Interests me. So we've had Trask for 2 years. This is Trask's third, right? This is Trask's third year. First year, pretty much 0 reps, right? Pretty much 0 reps. Plays the preseason. Looks like he had 0 reps. He looked like we just literally said, hey, we need someone to play quarterback from the parking lot, and told him to come in, put a helmet and a jersey on him, and sent him out there. Mechanics were terrible. Terrible. Year 2. Now he's third quarterback. Year 1, he was fourth quarterback. Year 2, he was third quarterback. gets crumbs of reps, just crumbs of reps. But for working by himself, working on his own stuff, goes to preseason game. Mechanics look way better. Way better. Goes, has the Miami game, looks good with the Miami game-winning drive for the field goal, all that stuff. Looks good, right? Pocket could be a little bit better. Pocket awareness got stripped a few times. But definitely a jump in year 2. And I could kind of understand what he was talking about right now, about he was like shorter down, and he feels taller now in the pocket, like he's a lot more loose, smoother, right? A lot more. What it's saying to me is he's calmer. He's even more calmer in the pocket. You know what I'm saying? He's even more like, I feel even more like maybe the game slowed down or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the vibe I'm getting from that. Like, smoother, calmer, understanding more. Everything slowed down a little bit more. So I really can't wait to see him. So we'll see. Maybe we see him in the preseason game and he looks like last year. I don't know. But I'm interested to see what this smoother Kyle Trask looks like.
See what chances you can take, what you can get out of this offense, or are you like, well, I'm being evaluated on every throw, I better not take this chance or that chance?
Ooh, good question.
Right, so you still have to stretch sort of the limits of the offense.
Yeah, I mean, you're probably going to end up, if you are going to take a chance, it's going to happen now as opposed to on a Sunday. But yeah, just like the play to Bossier, like that's probably a chance you take and you learn from. So you want to take those chances now so you can learn from them and just keep better and put those in your mental bank down the road.
Are you hoping that Coach makes a decision earlier, a week to go, maybe before the regular season? What about it, John?
That's out of my hands. That's a question for him. I don't know. I'm just focused on my development, and that's all I can do.
Again, this is completely just me being myself, reading into it. But that answer and the vibe of that answer was like, I would like it if they made it right now because I feel like I'm ahead. Like he seems like he's smiling, like he knows, like right now I'm looking better right now. So I don't know. I don't know. Don't even pay attention to that. I just have to say that.
Yeah, he has a great history with a lot of great quarterbacks. Obviously, going back to Seattle, Geno, Russ. So he brings a lot of energy to the building, and I think that's what we needed. I think that obviously we have a lot younger team this year, and we're all bought into that energy. So it's just a really fun building to be in.
Kyle, as far as learning this offense, what Dave Cowles is running with the scheme, what was the biggest adjustment into learning it? Was it the rollouts? Was it timing?
Another good question.
Reads, keys?
Biggest adjustment.
I feel like a lot of teams run similar concepts. Obviously, there's variations. You're going to have similar concepts no matter what offense you're in. They're going to have different names. But then you also have your styles, and this style is going to be more of a, you're going to have the keepers and the mid zones and things like that. So, this offense, you got to have your legs ready to, scramble, get out of the pocket, go make a play. Whereas, in the past, we're more drop back focused. So just getting your legs ready to go and be able to get out on the edge and make a play.
You saw how he answered that question? That was the same question they asked Baker. What was Baker? What was Baker's answer? I know the play. I know what I'm supposed to do. It's just the wrinkles and the things that we add in. What did Kyle Trask say? He's like, well, they're all pretty much the same stuff. Made it seem like it was easy. The way he talked about it, everyone has pretty much the same schemes and the same, it's all, just different terminology. It's the same stuff. Maybe the rolling out, just having your legs, ready to roll out when in most offenses you're more in the pocket. It's a way different answer. Way different answer. Listen, let me tell y'all something. This is a new channel, and I know a lot of you guys are new watching me. I know a lot of you guys are new that you're watching me. By the way, shout out to all 51 of you. 51 subscribers. Every day, we're just getting more and more. But I know there's a lot of you that are new to this channel and new to me. My name is RTP, known as Real Talk Perez. I've been on YouTube since 2012, right? I've been doing Buccaneers videos. Not on this channel, but another channel. Don't worry about it. It was an old channel. I wanted to do new. I felt like the Bucks were starting new. I wanted to start new. I had over 2,000 subscribers on that channel. I didn't really put out content on that channel because I got bored and I wasn't taking it serious. Now I made this channel. I'm putting out content. I'm taking it serious. I'm giving the Tampa Bay Bucks my love, support. We doing it here on this channel, and we're doing it for the Bucks. They're starting new. I'm starting new. We all starting new. Let's ride. Let's go get a number 3 championship, right? Since 2012, I started getting more and more in depth with football, learning the game of football, watching more game tape, stuff like that. As I'm going through that, I've been told people I get vibes. Like I watch press conferences, I pick up things that people can't pick up. Like I'm a social person. I can really talk to somebody and pick up vibes and pick up things that they don't want me to know. I can see when someone's lying. I can see when someone's BSing me. When I tell you certain things like this, like the whole play, when I'm talking about Baker and him having a little bit of trouble with the plays and the wrinkles and stuff like that, I can almost guarantee you that's what it is. What I explained earlier. When I'm telling you that Trask answered the question this way because he's not having problems with the plays or what to do, or he's really not having problems with it. He's just getting better and better at it. Not to saying he's good at it now, but he just understands I just need more reps and I'm getting better and better at it. And this is easy. I'll get it. I'll have it. I'm telling y'all, again, not to toot my own horn, but y'all can ask around. When it comes to us drafting, I've been hitting on a lot of our draft picks. A lot of times people on Twitter, Buck Nation on Twitter and on Facebook, oh, we need to get this player. Oh, I'm hearing we're going for this player. And I'll come on my channel and be like, we're not getting that. We're not even drafting that position. We're not even looking at that player. Trust me. And there'll be people, beat writers and all these people on Twitter, rumors are, and people from over there, the reporters at the Bucks, insiders. Oh, we hear that the Bucks, and I'm like, trust me, we're not drafting that person. And I'm right. A lot of times. Just trust me. When I have a hunch on something, Jason Light listens to me. I swear he does. Listen, when it comes to Kyle Trask, man, I'm having a feeling. But he answered that differently.
Your frame, should warrant. What prompted some of those changes for you? Making some of those changes in your game, or that realization, hey, I'm not doing this the way I should be.
I think, just working with coaches over the offseason, and them seeing the potential I have to just play taller as a passer and be more efficient. And, obviously, like I said before, it's a really long season. So if I can stay smooth and efficient and tall, see over the line the best that I can, that'll be the best for everybody. I worked with in Jacksonville, Tom Gormley. John Wolford put me on, so we did some great work out there. Shout out to him.
Devin Tompkins was one of the guys that you really developed a rapport with as one of the younger players on this team. What have you seen from him in year 2 in terms of his explosiveness, run after the catch, end arounds?
What is he talking about?
Just
Tompkins?
the step he's taken in year 2.
obviously, when you think of DT, you think of
Yeah.
speed, and as crazy as it sounds, it seems like he's a step quicker, and maybe that's just from being in the offense, another go round, more confidence. But he always is in the right place at the right time and is going 100 miles per hour. So he definitely brings a great element to this offense with his legs and his speed.
Any advice that Tom gave you? Or like the last time you talked with Tom Brady?
And nothing that I can remember off the top of my head. I think
Tom ain't.
he did give me a lot of good advice in the last 2 years. So I don't really think back to our last time. I just we were around each other. I was in that quarterback room every day, so I was constantly learning. So nothing off the top of my head that I can give you.
Thing though that stands out that you learned the most from Brady?
I really saw how efficient he was as a passer, and he was really big and staying back in his stance, and maybe that led me to my improvements this offseason and just staying smooth and seeing how efficient he was, and maybe trying to incorporate that into my game.
This championship, winners culture here. How is that something that you guys can keep going? And Jason Light said there are traces of that still here, but how can you keep that going when he's not here?
Yeah, absolutely. There's still a ton of veterans in this building, but for us, it's a new season. We can't think back in the past too much. It's gone now. So whoever's in this building is who we got on Sundays. And like I said, we got a ton of veterans, a ton of energy. We're ready to go. We're gonna have a great team this year, and you'll be ready to strap up versus anybody. Thank you.
All right. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We had almost 2 hours. Pretty good stream. Once again, man, you guys new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. You like Buccaneers, that's why you're here. Trust me, it's the channel you want to be on. This channel you want to see. So hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit the like button and let YouTube know that you appreciate this channel and you appreciate this video, and help the algorithm, help out the channel. You know what I'm saying? Let's grow this thing, baby. Let's grow. We're gonna need a big fan base, man. We're gonna need this channel to grow for this season. It's gonna be ups and downs, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it together and show the rest of the NFC South that listen, we built a culture here, man. This ain't the same old Bucks. We're not just gonna lay dead and fall down and go back to being what we was before Brady. Like that's not what was happening. So share the content if you're really feeling cool. Hit the notification bell, man. Make sure you put the notification bell on all, because if not, YouTube will not notify you when we go live. And I need some more people in the comment section. I need some more active comment section when we're live, so we can start getting people to call in and give some opinions. And if you're watching this while it's not live, still, please hit the like button and hit up the comment section. Ask me questions. What do you think of some of these questions that I've been asking you guys? Hit up the comment section. Show the channel some love. And let's just continue to grow this thing, man. Shaman RTP, Real Talk Press, Skull Gang in the building. You know what time it is. Remember, it's pewter and red until we cold and dead. I'll see you guys next time. We're out. Day 3. Hopefully tomorrow I'll be able to do some live stream. Hopefully tomorrow, if I got time. I'll see you guys next time I see you. We out.